It is indeed time to chat shit. Welcome everybody to this absolutely on-time Wheelspin. We're kicking off season 7 in the way that we mean to continue. Our camera's over here now. I'm used to it being over there. Cat's here. It's all over the place. I've moved things. It was a mistake. Hope you're all well. Good evening. Welcome to our inaugural Wheelspin stream of Wheel of Struggle Season 7. My cat is going ballistic in the background. We're just going to have to deal with that. Welcome in, Kramet, early, as usual. Garlips, early. DMAC, thank you for the subscription. Will, it does indeed recognise Will. Welcome in, Ads, Mark, Floof, Stormy, Echo Gloam, welcome in. Welcome to the struggle. Yeah, this is that 1 week of the year just before British summertime kicks in, where fish time, GMT, and BST are all roughly aligned. So it won't happen again. I can almost promise it. Octo, welcome in. Good to see you. Tater. Oh, we've got so many council members for the first wheel of season 7. My cat has decided she wants to leave now. There she goes. She's free. Stormy missed the stream starting. Classic. I've set the bar too high. That's what I strive to do. I'd like to set bars and then continually fail to meet them. That's pretty much the story of the Wheel of Struggle, having fallen so far from the first season where I put a very competitive second place finish overall to last season where I got also participated. But yes, we've got a bunch of the motorbikes are back. It's summer, hurrah! I feel like Stormy Coyote can't read. There we go. Yes, so for anyone who can see the wheel, if you're listening audio only, keep listening. I'll let you know what everyone else has seen. It's fine, Stormy. I know it's early where you are. But yeah, no, you haven't escaped from the Sonic subwheel. So we've got some structural changes going on with the wheel. We have indeed, you might have noticed by omission, we no longer have a return of a legend. No legends from previous seasons will be returning this time round. So this was a decision we deliberated over long and hard with the council. But yeah, we've decided to take a season away from revisiting games. I think sometimes it gave us some really good memeable moments, revisiting Sonic 2 and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Halo 3 I think twice, Resident Evil Remake, Rocket Knight Adventures, Doom, and now I'm just reading the ones it's all been. Metal Gear Solid VR missions. I think a lot of people liked revisiting that one, and Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke was a bit of a split the room moment. But yeah, there was some good stuff in there. There was some really shit stuff. There was Sonic, which is below all of that. E.T. How could we forget E.T.? Who wrote me this list? Octo, you forgot E.T. Disgraceful. But yeah, so no Return of a Legend. Was it Suck? Did we get it through Suck rather than Return of a Legend? Okay, I'll lay you off, Octo. You were correct. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so Return of a Legend, we are putting it into a corner. We're not saying it will never come back. It might come back in some form or another in a future season. But this time round, we're not going to be returning to any legends from last season. So thank you, Return of a Legend Subwheel. You have served us well over the years, and we will all miss you. Also, Wheel of Sequels isn't here either. So that's the subwheels that aren't here. What is here? We've got the Supersonic subwheel. I'm not going to go into any more detail about what's underneath that terrifying heading. But we also have the mysterious and ever-present Suck. And we did it last season, so you might be expecting it this season. So I'll tell you, every week that Suck doesn't get picked, it will appear once more on the wheel until it does get picked. So that alludes to the other fact: we will not be playing every single game on the wheel this season. I was gonna try and get a graphic together because I've got a calendar for the council, but it's on Excel and it's not stream ready. So I'll go through it. But we've got a 16-week season. There are 16 main games. Yes, we've got 16-week season, which is a 15-spin season. We have 16 main games and 2 sub-wheels. So what will happen is there will be 4 things left on this wheel at the end of the season that do not get selected. We heard the feedback from last season and people's disappointment. And there's some things on this wheel this season that I would be very, very disappointed if we don't get around to playing. Fallout 3 Pencils is going to be an absolute masterpiece. I've seen some of the effort going in the background to preparing that, not in a spoilery way. I don't know anything that I shouldn't do because I do plan to play that. But Fallout 3 Pencils is going to be fantastic, and big shout out to Garlips and all the work he's putting in on that one. If we don't get around to playing that one, it would be criminal. So for the 4 things that aren't selected, and that could include one of the sub wheels, the end of the season, we will still, at the end of the 16-week period, we'll close down the season. That will be the end of the leaderboard. Whoever is champion of season 7 will be crowned at that point. However, for those who are not desperate for a break and who want to see it through, we will be holding a 4-week Completionists Cup secondary event post Wheel of Struggle season 7, before Struggle R season 3. So it's a new thing, and basically you have to compete in all 4 weeks to get any points. We might look into the scoring just to make it slightly different, but it might be strictly however many people compete, you get inverse points. So if there's 4 people, you get 4, 3, 2, and 1 points. But you have to compete all 4 weeks. It's a Completionist Cup. If you're only there for 1 week, it doesn't count. So you'll have to play all 4. You'll only have 1 week per submission. So it's a little short, sharp taste at the end of the season. 4 weeks, 4 games, and we'll crown our first Completionist Cup winner. We could have both sub wheels on the Completionist Cup. It would be probabilistically unlikely that Suck does not get picked, given that by that point there'd be about 15 or 16 wedges on there of Suck and like 2 other games. But yeah, so hopefully this does a little bit of something for everyone. So the way the structure of the season will set up, we're also front loading the season. So the mid-season break is going to be week 9. So week 9 will not have a wheel spin. That means we've got 8 wheel spins from now until the mid-season break, and then we'll return for 6 wheel spins after the mid-season break. So again, we're trying to work on that kind of fatigue element. We're going to front load things, give people a week off slightly later than halfway. I'm back for 6 games, and then there'll be another week break before we start the Completionist Cup. So, Decky F has missed so many of the announcements, it's not even funny. But that does remind me, I have... let's move away from the timeline for a second. I have a statement to read, unfortunately. So, dear. So, fellow strugglers, esteemed competitors, and friends, council, and lay people. Today we announce a difficult but necessary decision: the termination of Decky F's tenure on the Council of Struggle. This action, though regrettable, reflects our unwavering commitment to preserving the integrity of the Council's mission and values. While we will not dwell on the specifics of the concerns raised, we can confirm that they were sufficient to warrant decisive action. It is paramount that members of the Council embody professionalism, alignment with our strategic goals, and an unwavering dedication to the principles we collectively strive to uphold. Recent developments reveal deviations that, though ostensibly harmless, pose a risk to the equilibrium of our operations. If I said the word chocobo, I think everyone will know what I'm talking about. This is not a decision we arrived at lightly. Decky F's presence on the Council has been marked by moments of great promise, but also by patterns that cause disruption to the cohesion we aim to maintain. His creativity, while undeniable, occasionally led us down paths less travelled, paths paved not with progress, but with perplexity. And his ongoing rivalry of Tater made it's really difficult to have them both in the same room. The Council of Struggle, however, moves forward with resilience and resolve, firmly rooted in our purpose to confront the struggle. We extend our gratitude to Dekiev's contributions and trust that his departure will serve as an opportunity for him to recalibrate and refocus on pursuits more attuned to his distinctive style. Thank you. In a slight kind of meta moment, yes, 100% Deki. Yes. Also, Dek did beat me in his very first game of chess, or his first victory against me in chess was last night, and that accelerated my decision to make an example of him. But yeah, so Dek, you are a layperson. You've been kicked out of the council rooms. You're not allowed access to the coffee fund, and you have to return your council underwear ASAP, please. Yeah, so Dek is just a layperson. You can't blame him for any rules this season, unfortunately, which is the most disappointing thing ever. By the way, Kramet, if you didn't hear, I did welcome you earlier, but you were super early, so I think you may have stepped away. Either way, just want to make sure you knew I said hello. Anyone else jump in? Mr. Matt, welcome in. And Floof, did I say hi, Floof? I'm sure I did. Yeah, welcome, Mr. Matt. And Rafe Gal, welcome in. Good to see so many of you, by the way, for the inaugural spin of Season 7. Right, what announcements have we gone through? Let's double check my list. Season timeline, done. Completionist Cup, done. Subwheels, done. Right, that got fired, done. Last couple of things before we get over to the Wheelspin proper. What fish is fish? I'm equally bass, trout, tuna, cod, and an eel. Interestingly, some eels are fish, and some eels are true eels. Who knew? Yeah. So, last couple of announcements. We have clips and highlights. So, if you haven't been around before, if you're new, or if you just haven't seen it before, we've got a clips and highlights channel on the Discord, where every week we'll be making a new thread. It's forum style for you to submit your clips and highlights of people who you've watched stream, or your own clips and highlights of your own tilt, struggle, rage, all the good stuff that we want to revisit. We're not going to promise to do any kind of mid-season clip shows, but we may do an end-of-season revisit, ending time and everyone's commitments. But anyway, it's good to share. So do, as you go through, catch people's tilt, rage, even moments of victory if there happen to be any, and pop them up into the clips and highlights channel over on the Discord. You haven't missed the Spin Action Act, welcome in. You are just in time. I have one more announcement and then we'll spin the wheel. My last announcement is Pre-3 will be returning in Season 7. We are just putting the final points to when it will happen, and Markman's going to be putting all the details up onto the Discord in due course, so watch out for that. For anyone who is new to the struggle, Pre-3 is a show where Markman goes through, he's previously done it with Kylo, but we'll see what Kylo's commitments are like. Yeah, they go through the game that's been spun for the week, they read through the manual, the rule set, get you up and running, so it can be a really useful stream to tune in to, just to find out what's going on with the submission without any spoilers or anything that's going to be disqualifying. If you're having trouble getting set up rather than struggling in the game itself, it can help you problem solve a few of those things as well. So Markman in chat says, looking like Saturday, stay tuned for more details. So yeah, no, Sonic Subwheel will not vanish if it's not spun. That would be a good callback to last season where it was eventually going to vanish, but no, we don't have any time segments on this season because it's going to be Sonic. It doesn't matter. Why bother having a countdown? Why? It just doesn't matter. It's going to get spun first week. I'm still very, very salty that happened last time. So yeah, Pre-3, stay tuned to the Discord for announcements about when the stream's going to be. It's really useful. And yeah, otherwise, all the information about all the games, minus Subwheels, is available on the website, wheelofstruggle.com. Check it out. And yeah, I think we're ready for our spin, guys. I hope you're ready. I'm tense. What's it going to be? New website. Over on the new website, wheelofstruggle.com. Here we go. We are spinning. There we go. It's off. It's off. Right. Now I'm going to click stop and we're going to see what we get. What have we got? Oh dear God, it knows how to do a thing. Oh my God. So little preview into welcome in Hextree. Good to see you. Little preview into council chat just before spin. Was Garlips messaging and saying, do you know what? If Fallout 3 comes up, we're ready. It's good to go. But I'd really love an extra week with it. That'd be great. So the wheel obviously heard that and went, no, fuck off. Oh dear. So yeah, well, Completionist Cup, completely pointless. We're getting Fallout 3 pencils, which is the one game I definitely wanted to play this season. But yeah, the wheel 100% proving that that it knows what's going on. It knows how to twist the knife. So yeah, that's what we've got. Fallout 3 pencils. Interestingly, Fallout 3 pencils is also an irritating one for me because the rule set for it is ludicrously long. So the next screen is going to look awful. So we've got Fallout 3 pencils. So this is all from the website. So we're gonna just quickly go over a couple of points here on stream, which is new. I worked very hard on getting this all to work. It's all fed directly from the website information, so this is bang up to date. But yeah, so there's quite a few rules here. There's a whole lot that the website will go into beyond this as well. Octobot says he might have avoided the completion cup of Fallout was on it for time constraints. Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's 5 hours. It's 5 hours. But yeah, so Fallout 3 pencils. If you're not catching on to the fact that pencils is not usually in the title of Fallout 3, this is a special challenge built within Fallout 3, which is get pencils. And that means your progress scores will be the total number of pencils that you've got in your megaton cupboard, plus points given for special objectives that are detailed on the website and below off the screen for this very long rule set. Pencils in your inventory that you don't then get into your megaton cupboard also count for something, but a tiebreaker score. And then finally time. If you got the exact same score up to the total pencils in your megaton cupboard, your special objectives and the pencils in your inventory, whoever got their latest pencil first will be victorious. So shouldn't be any exact ties there. This is Game of the Year edition of Fallout 3. If anyone has concerns with accessing Game of the Year Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition, reach out to the council. We'll get you sorted. But I think it's a popular enough game. It's why we included it. You know, it's many people have it. But if you don't, do let us know. It will work. The save file will work on both Steam and GOG versions. So yes, all good there. We don't want anyone to be held out because of that reason. So yeah, there's also the opportunity to play the entire Vault 101 tutorial off the clock for Fallout 3. So you can get used to just moving. You know, if you haven't played it in a while, or if you haven't played it at all before, you can get used to what Fallout 3 is as a game. We're going to be providing you with a save file. All relevant information will be on the website as well. Save file will be available on the website. So we'll put it up there within the next 24 hours. Again, for anyone new, we spin the wheel now. The game, you can kind of play the game from any moment now if you really wanted to. But we would say, as a kind of lesson learned from previous seasons, it's usually helpful to not play the game immediately after the wheel spin. And we kind of have a soft opening of submissions from tomorrow. So that one, I can get the bot updated, and two, any kind of last minute interjections in the rule set, if anything's found as people kind of pick it up and Deck's already 3 hours in. Well, disqualified. You started 2 hours before wheel spin. So, but yeah, so Garlips is going to be putting his last minute touches on the save file. But you can go into Fallout 3 and play the tutorial to death if you want. Like keep playing that, perfect it, so you know what you're doing. But then once you're outside the tutorial, Once you boot up our save file, which I assume will be post tutorial, we start the clock. You also see in our rule sets now we have a specific time that you load up the save file, load up when you start the timer and end the timer. So that's on every single rule. Yeah, post tutorials, you have the Megaton house. Brilliant, makes sense. So yeah, all good. Yeah, it's all good. Very important thing there. Time begins when you load the file, but for your attempt to count, you must yell the words "I need pencils" out loud. This goes whether you're streaming, recording, whether you're on mic, whether you're on cam, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you have to shout "I need pencils." Otherwise, completely invalid, immediate disqualification. So, yeah, you know. Deck, if they're streaming it, it'll be recorded. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. It's right there in black and white. Yeah, if you want to read through the rules in your own time, I'm not going to go through all of them here. There's a lot. It's not difficult. It's just making sure that we've covered everything. But yeah, and don't forget the penis clarification. Pencils, even now in shops, are valid. So if you do manage to buy some pencils somehow in Fallout 3, have at it. Yeah, there's going to be various things to find in Garlip's save file. Don't think that you just have to find default pencils. There are going to be pencils everywhere. And yeah, do check out wheelofstruggle.com, head over to the season page, click on Fallout 3, and at the bottom of this rule set, off the screen at the moment, is all the special objectives. So getting bobbleheads, getting specific items and lining them up in a specific way in your Megaton house, all worth additional points. So yeah, lots of fun to be had. I'm very much looking forward to this. I think it's going to be amazing. So that is it. Shall we go back to Wheelspin and get some test spins done and keep everyone happy? Look, test spins, the disclaimer is up. Again, if you're new here, just to make sure the wheel hasn't been rigged to land on Fallout 3 pencils every single time. We're going to spin it a few more times. We've got the disclaimer up, so this isn't overwriting any... It's the first week. I'm doing it all properly this week. And then it's shocking sloppiness from here on out. But yeah, we'll give you 3 test spins every week to show you that it could have been anything. So we'll get the wheel up to speed, and then we'll click stop a couple of times, and we'll show you that it isn't going to be Fallout 3 pencils every single time. See this is how you know the wheel has sentience. It knows how to scare you and go, look, if it wasn't going to be Fallout 3 pencils, which was the funniest thing to wind Garlips up, it was going to be suck. It's just how it is. The wheel knows. Mark, so we're playing the original Fallout and have to collect 3 pencils. If you want to spend 5 hours trying to do that, have at it. You'll get no points, but yeah. Die Hard Trilogy, just on the edge there. Didn't quite tip over into Abe's Odyssey. Last wheel spin for this week. Your third and final test spin of week 1. I very much doubt there's pencils in Fallout 1, which is why I said I'd like to see Markman try for 5 hours. And only up. Threatening a little bit of Sonic Subwheel there. Yeah, only up. Twisting the knife for Tater, who would love that to come up and get a massive head start over Decky for the beginning of the season in the War of the Bars. A little bit of lore for you if you're not familiar with the lore of the bars. Everyone started saying that, you know, as long as I beat Deck on the board, or as long as I beat Tater on the board, then I'll be happy with my submission this week. So that became the bar everyone was trying to get over. And then for some reason it became a title of honor between Decky and Tater to see which one was the upper bar above the lower bar. We used to even have a show called Between Two Bars. It was a talk show, and it was amazing. I think they're still up on YouTube if you want to go back and watch them. Some interviews with some early strugglers from season 2, season 3, potentially season 4, maybe. But it's great stuff. And Decky's one of the proletariat now, so he's got free time. We're not tying up all his time in the council. So if everyone bothers him enough, he might just drag Tater back into the studio to get some more Between Two Bars underway. But yeah, so do keep an eye on their positions on the leaderboard as well. We'll see how the bars battle it out in season 7. But yeah, that's it for this week. I hope you're all happy. I hope you've enjoyed the first Wheelspin. Welcome to season 7. Welcome back to the Wheel Struggle, and welcome to all the new people who have joined us. Thank you all for coming along to the stream. It's been fantastic. I've been Fish, and yeah, we'll see you collecting pencils very, very soon in Fallout 3. My camera's over here. I keep going to look here. It's dreadful. Otherwise, you just see all this mess over here because I've been trying to move house for about 6 months now, and it's just not happened yet. So this is a mess. So camera facing this way. Anyway, thank you everyone. Garlips, crack on with getting the save file done. I won't commit you to a certain time to have it up, but we'll post something onto the Discord, let you all know when it's ready. And yeah, thank you everyone tuning in. See you same time, roughly same time, same fish channel next week. Have a good one.